Gogo nomkhulu salukwazi indoda lesogogo bathini bathi umavula kuvala emzini amadoda u-Auntie Usha, your number one locksmith. Today we're talking consultation, ukuhlola. Going for consultation. I have done a video before regarding this, and I think me introducing online consultation, that's where people maybe they got so confused, or maybe they got so relaxed regarding the issue of respecting ukuyohlola. Allow me to start this video by giving you a small indication of what do I do. Gogo, what do you do when you're going to ukuyohlola? Wena-ke Gogo, what do you do? What time do you arrive, Gogo? What if it's far? I'm going to talk about the distance, the long distance consultation, where I need to travel there, whether I need to fly there, whether I need to drive there, whether I need to ride there, or I need to fly there with my broom. So what happens is I will leave my home at any given time that is conducive for me, that is okay with me, because I'm also struggling from, sometimes I struggle from a severe fatigue. So traveling at night, it's slowly becoming a problem for me. So I'll travel at any given time. When I get tired, I'll stop and sleep. It's either I book or I'll sleep in the car. Most of the time, I use my car to sleep, because I'll always carry my pillow, my toiletry, my blankets, and obviously my clothes, just to be safe. I always count an extra day. I will never travel in a very short period of time unless I'm directly going to a certain space, a place. I know exactly ukuthi ngiyaphi, and when I get there, maybe I'm going to collect something. I've already spoken to them. They're waiting for me at any given time. But today we are talking about consultation, ukuhlola. So I will leave whatever time. Let's say I get to the place I've been driving. I'll start with local places that I normally go to, whether it's Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Swaziland, Zambia, Lesotho, Botswana, Namibia. Like let's say SADC. When I get there, let's say I get there anytime. To me, that is me. That's my understanding of ancestors. When I get there, I do not expect to be helped that day that I got there. Let's say I get to the place around 12, right? The place is in Cape Town. I was driving from Johannesburg. The case is in Mozambique, Swaziland, wherever. I get to whatever time. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to greet. I'm going to introduce myself to anyone that is working there, or it's of members of the family and everything. Then I'm going to tell them who I am. Hi, my name is Batini Mbata. I'm from South Africa. I'm from Empangeni, or I'm from Johannesburg. I came here for consultation. What time do you start working in the morning? No, we start working at 6 or at 7 or whatever and everything. Okay, it's fine. Today I just came to introduce myself. I will come in the morning for a proper consultation. Thank you very much. Okay, I leave. Or I will ask them, am I allowed to park outside and sleep? If I was using a public transport, I will ask, where can I get accommodation, or which accommodation can you recommend around here that I can go and book at? They'll recommend. Or others, they'll say, no, we also offer accommodation for people who are coming from the distance. You can sleep here for this amount of money or for free. I normally see people at home when they used to come a long time ago, when I still offered the accommodation. It was a free accommodation and free meals. And I would say to myself, others, they don't appreciate. Others, they won't even bother to bring sunlight liquitinyana. Others, they won't even bother to buy just a loaf of bread or just 6 eggs. We're not there. Then I will say, okay, it's fine. As soon as they say the accommodation is free, I will then ask, say, where is the nearest shop? There's something I need to buy. There's nothing I needed to buy for myself. When I go to the nearest shop, I am going to buy something to eat. Most of the time, I would have something on my back or inside the car, but I'm going to buy something that is going to be cooked. So if there's a supermarket near me, I'll go there. I'll buy maybe 2 kgs mixed portions. I'll buy whatever the basic stuff, cooking oil, basic vegetables, small groceries. Maybe spend about 500 rand. Then I'll go back and say, here's is what I've brought with me. Oh, thank you so much. You couldn't have to. You shouldn't have to. Oh, it's okay. No, so it's fine. It's only a pleasure. Then I'll leave it there. Then I'll go and sleep. And then tomorrow morning, I then start. I join the queue. And I know at the distance, sometimes you were told that Mkulu or Ukoko is going to finish people that from yesterday. Maybe there's 3 people, or the other places there's 80 people in front of me. Already I can calculate if there's 30 people in front of me, I'll divide those people by 6. I know that I'm still going to be there for another 6 days or so. Then I need to adjust my budget accordingly. I need to phone friends, I need to phone colleagues to say, I will need extra cash on this because my days are going to be extended. If I have to rebook, to change my flights or my bus tickets, whatever, I'll do that. I have all the time. Then I ask again, how do I be on the queue? What is the procedure of the queue? You don't just sit and not knowing what to do. You don't just sit knowing because you'll end up fighting with people and spoil your day. The question will be, Gogo, why do you do it that way? Maybe that will be a question. Gogo, why do you do it that way? Because if you're going for consultation, you are not alone. And as you are not alone, people that you are with their ancestors are going to tell the healer what problems you have. The others, they get left behind on the road and everything. When you are sleeping, when you are calm, when you are fine, when you are relaxed, that's when they come back to you spiritually and they wait with you. There is no way, Bokoko Nomkhulu, that you can travel throughout the night, throughout the day, or throughout the night and half the day for consultation. When you get there, you expect the consultation to take place. It can take place. Let me start there. It can take place, but there's a difference. There's a difference from the person who is the healer. There's a difference from your ancestors. The connection is different. The early in the morning connection is different. Even in yourself, when you wake up in the morning, let's say you wake up around, I wake up very early, around 4:30, 3, 4:30, 5. Do other things, then sleep again. Or most of the time, not even sleep. If you wake up in the morning, you can feel that you have control of everything that is happening. You can determine how you want your day to be like. You prophesize that. You are in charge or you become in charge of your entire day because your morning has started in a positive note. So if you are going to travel the whole day, you have been talking on the road, somebody's driving rubbish in front of you, you insulting each other, you went at the garage, you met with your ex, you were pissed off. Marcos, I'm very angry, I'm sorry. Then you get into your phone, SMS, there's a WhatsApp that disturbs you, whatever. That's why I love international trips, because I'm not on WhatsApp unless I'm in a hotel. Throughout the day, I'm not on WhatsApp, I'm not available. It's my ancestors and I. That's it. So you get there, your ancestors are there, are present, and your ancestors are ready to give nothing but the solution to your problems. That's why I do it that way. So this is a tip video to say, respect your consultations. Respect the time. You need to get there early. It doesn't make you special if you're coming from far. Imagine if I were to go to Ghana and tell the person in Ghana to say, Pela, I'm coming from South Africa, as if I'm coming from heaven, just because of now I need attention. No, we need to respect. It's not a matter of respecting the healer. You might disrespect the healer, you might undermine the healer, but respect your ancestors. Respect the people that you want them to give you clear directions in saying, what is it that is the problem in your life? So prioritize, guys, consultation. Consultation are very important. I know this video is not going to trend. I know. And I'm not making this video for me to trend, but for the little number of people that are going to view this video, I would like you guys to share it so that if that small number of people can grow and grow and grow. Lastly, online consultations. Avoid doing online consultations when you're at work. Avoid it. It does happen, but there's a difference. Avoid it. Avoid online consultations from work. Others, you are at the bedroom or the boardroom. Somebody's coming inside the boardroom. It's not yours, it's a company boardroom. You are at the training center, somebody's coming there. You are at the storeroom, somebody wants a toilet paper on that storeroom. You are at the kitchen, somebody wants to make tea at the kitchen. You are inside your car, somebody's greeting you from outside the car. You are walking the garden, it's not your garden, somebody else is working there. No, you need to give a consultation a dignified time, profound time. You need to respect it. Strive, make it your absolute best to say you do it in the morning, even if you do it in the afternoon, but you are at home. There's a difference. You do it in the afternoon, but you are at home. And the person that is doing the consultation has been working throughout the day. So your time is at 12. It's like you are the same as a person that came to Ukokobati and is waiting on the queue outside. They came at 7 in the morning. However, there's a lot of people that are there. And then I'm going to see that person maybe around 2 in the afternoon. The bottom line that they've been waiting there with their ancestors. I have spoke a lot about people on the queue. You're talking about that person. You're talking about that healer. You're talking about that. You're talking about that. You are spoiling your consultation before it's even happened. Don't change your mood, because you'll end up talking about cultures and you'll end up provoking each other about their cultural beliefs, and you're going to spoil everything that you're going to do there before the consultation starts. So whether you are doing your consultation online or you're doing it physical, you need to respect it. You need to respect it. But on this video, all I was emphasizing is the issue of get there in time. Get there early. Coco, what time is early? Make sure 7, it hits you outside. It doesn't matter whether you are coming from Bloemfontein or Orange Farm. It doesn't matter. You need to be early. It doesn't matter whether you are coming from Paris or Paris. You need to be there early. That's it. If you're going for consultation, plan your days. You want to get there on the 25th of December. Get there on the 24th. That should be your target, on the 24th. And even if they can say no, we can still assist you. Say no. My appointment is tomorrow. I'm not ready today. I'll come in tomorrow morning. My appointment is tomorrow. Why? Because you want to accommodate the ancestors that are with you. You want to accommodate everybody that is relevant. You want your ancestors to collect all the files that you want the answers of. That's the bottom line. That is why I'm encouraging you to say, no, I'll come tomorrow morning. Vele, my appointment is tomorrow. Don't worry. To me, even if they can say to me, no, there's change of plans, Umkhulu or Ugogo won't be here tomorrow, they have to go in the morning, then it's okay. I'll come back the other time. Why Gogo is there? It's because it's not my time today. That's not what I told my ancestors. It's not our time today. Our appointment is on the 25th, and it's that. That's it, Thokozani. Oh.